Tech industry is full of great products, where some of their innovation and products gets a lot of attention for good reason though, but a bunch of products gets lost in this plethora of options. Like me. What am I talking about? What's up everyone, my name is Parth and you're watching Infopel and this is One Audio Studio Pro. Now it's interesting how I came across this particular headphone. I was actually looking for a professional studio monitoring headphone for my YouTube production, and as the popular choices go, Audio Technica was definitely on my mind. But the expense of those headphones were kind of overwhelming for me, especially considering the number of subscribers I have. Anyway, so one fine morning while surfing through Amazon, I bumped across this particular headphone, which had a description as over-ear headphone wired premium stereo sound headsets with 50mm driver, foldable comfortable headphones with protein earmuffs and share port for recording, monitoring, podcast, PCTV with mic by One Audio. Now, when you have such self-proclaiming description, you tend to feel a bit skeptical, but what caught my eyes were the reviews it got. So I did the obvious thing. I went onto YouTube and searched for this particular headphone, and surprisingly, a lot of people were praising this headphone. So I ordered it, I listened with it, and now I am one of those people who are praising this headphone. So without wasting any further time, let's get right into it. First of all, the build quality of this particular product is quite nice. Now, why quite? Because it's mostly made of plastic. And why nice? Because the plastic is of very good quality. This headphone does not look or feel weak from any point. The protein earmuffs are huge and soft and does not look or feel cheap. In fact, the whole headphone and even all the accessories that come with it resonate a premium feeling. It comes with a nice leather pouch, some documentation, and not one but two cables. One of them being normal 3.5mm to 3.5mm auxiliary cable, but the other one has 6.3mm jack on one side, so you can directly plug it into an audio interface. Also, this cable is 3 meters long and has a spring coil, so you can use it from long distance, but for a small distance this wire feels a bit too much to handle. And as you might have noticed, both the cables are detachable, so you can use any third-party cable if you happen to break the provided one. Another cool feature of this headphone is you can use this headphone as an audio conveyor. What I mean is you can plug another headphone to this headphone and now the audio can be enjoyed by two people instead of one. Now these dual ports also help in mixing because you can connect two audio sources and then sync them up. Now that's really good, but you know what's great? This ear paddings. In fact, you can call this as ear pillows. It's soft, it's comforting, and easily one of the main selling points of this particular headphone. Now, if you have regular sized ears, these cups are big enough to seal your ears. Now, my ears are slightly bigger than the average, so it does sit 10% on my ear, but because of this soft cushioning, I had no problems wearing them on for long hours. It's so soft, it feels like a pillow. It does heat up your ear region a little, but it's nothing like you want to remove it easily. Now, there is one problem with this ear cup, which is kind of a feature of this headphone. The ear cups rotate full 180 degrees, so you can use it in a DJ mode, but I am no DJ. I like to use my headphones in a more traditional way, so sometimes it becomes a little difficult to figure out the right orientation, and the whole process becomes a little tricky. And given the bulky size of this headphone along with its wear, the whole experience may become messy. But it's only that part, except that there is nothing much to complain about. Once you wear this on, there is only one thing you can do, that is praise because the sound quality of this headphone is great. Now before proceeding, there is something you need to be careful about. When you go onto Amazon, you will find multiple options listed under the same name. There is Studio Pro 10, Studio Pro 30 and Studio Pro 50. Studio Pro 10s, which goes for a regular price of Rs 2000, can be easily identified because they have a significantly lesser ear paddings. But Studio Pro 30 and 50 has same ear paddings, but their colors are different. Whereas Studio Pro 50 has black and red accent, this one has a silver and brown combination. But the important thing is their sound profile is also different. Whereas Studio Pro 50 has a neutral sound signature, this one has a little punchy bass. But does that mean one is better than the other? No, it's only about the sound profile and the preferences. I actually wanted the neutral sounding ones, but instead bought this one because I did not know by then. But does that mean that I am disappointed by any means? No, not at all. This pair has 50mm drivers and impedance of 32 ohm, and the clarity in these headphones are awesome. I mean, I can hear noises in more professional videos which until now was pure noise free. As I said, sound signature is not neutral. This has slightly more punchy bass, not thumping though. If you are looking for that, then definitely look elsewhere. This one has more clear and deep bass. You individually can identify all the instruments. Also, it does not overpower the mids and highs. They are clear. These headphones are equally enjoyable when you are hearing any high-pitched music. And yes, because headphones sit over the ear, the passive noise cancellation is great. Additionally, it does not bleed out a lot of sound outside. But my primary motive was to use this to edit my audio, and I am totally happy with it. So if you ask me, I can definitely suggest you to go for this one because this is as best as it can get for this price range and totally worth the price. Yes, if you want the neutral sounding one, then you can go for Studio Pro 50. But if you don't mind a little boosted bass, then you can pick this one up for quite a cheaper price. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And yes, if you have any questions, then feel free to use the comment section. Until next time, this is Parth signing off from InfoPal, and I'll see you in the next video.